What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Hello to those of you watching the live premiere. I am taking a couple weeks off of streaming live while I'm gallivanting around, and I thought that this would be a good supplement. We did this back in April. It seemed to work pretty well, and hopefully I might be able to jump into the live chat. No promises, but I am just so happy you're here. If you notice that I'm in a different setting, this is Pablo's office. So I apologize for the bike and all the plushies, but we're working with what we've got, okay? Today we're going to be looking at a training that was actually submitted through my reaction form. So if you're new here and you're not familiar with my content, I have a Google form linked in the description of every single one of my videos where you can submit content, typically coaching content, that you want me to react to here on the channel. So thank you so much to whoever submitted this particular training. Today it looks like we're going to be learning how to get rich, as always. So with that, I just have one simple request.
Raise your hand if you want to get rich.
Please raise your hand if you want to get rich, because if you do, you are in the wrong place. Okay, this looks like it's about a 30-minute training. So as per usual, if you're familiar with my live stream format, we're basically going to watch the training together. I will pause periodically to share my thoughts. And if you have thoughts as we watch, feel free to drop them either in the live chat if you're here watching the live premiere, or if you're catching the replay, leave those comments down in the comments section, preferably with timestamps so that I can refer back to what you're talking about. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and get right into the stream. This is going to be good. I was having a little bit of trouble with the player, like I don't know if she's using Vimeo or what here, but every time I go to hit pause, it doesn't really work. So if you see me kind of like panicking as we move through, that's what's happening. Just really poor user design.
Hi, my friend, and welcome to the Revenue Revolution. Steal my 3-step secret framework behind my 2K to 150K months. Let's dive right in. I'm not going to waste.
Okay, no, we just started. We're only 13 seconds in, but somebody please tell me how you feel. To me, there's a massive difference between making $2,000 and making $150,000. I don't understand. I just feel like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, to me, if I'm a business owner and I'm making $2,000 a month, my next revenue goal probably isn't $150,000. It's probably like $5,000. And then after that, it's $10,000, and then 20, and then 50. Like, there should be this like gradual incremental increase, right? Like, to me, it just seems so crazy to go from $2,000 to 150. But anyway.
Anytime. This is all about you, but I want you to know who I am. So I'm welcoming you into this masterclass. I'm your host, Jamie C. I'm a mama of 2, a wealth coach, and an effortless cash flow enthusiast.
What does that mean? What is an effortless cash flow enthusiast? Anybody have guesses? Please let me know in the comments.
Literally my favorite thing, to watch other coaches make lots of money. Okay, so make sure you stay until the very end. I have a really, really juicy extra bonus. So what we're going to be diving into today is, number 1, creating a unique trust funnel. So this is the exact way to create your laser focused content that'll funnel basically into paying clients. Number 2, your unique methodology. So this is the way that you're going to stand out from any other coaches or educators. This is so important. It has such a foundational component to your whole big picture coaching business. So number 3 is your timeline offers. So we're going to create offers for the journey of your client. All right. So like I said, I have an extra.
Okay, again, drop your guesses in the comments. Are we actually going to learn those 3 things today, or are we going to learn a really vague couple bullet points about what those things are, and then in order to actually learn how to do those things, we're gonna have to pay her like $10,000 or $20,000? What do you think? You guys know what I think.
Extra bonus. So I'm actually going to teach you the secret behind messaging. I'll show you how 95% of coaches are making this one messaging mistake. You are going to find out what it is and what it's all about and how not to make it. I'll also share with you all about my Cashflow Confidential, which is one of my signature courses. This is a step-by-step system on unlocking high earning cash months for coaches. Okay, so you're in the right place, just affirming this that you are in the beginning steps of becoming a coach and not sure how to create the foundation of who you're serving and your messages or your offers. You're also in the right place if you started your coaching business, but you're experiencing crickets instead of cash flow. You're also in the right place if you want clients DMing you saying, take my money and I'm ready to work with you. I also want to affirm that you are in the right place if you're ready to start helping people. You
Because you can make so much money by acting in service of other people that need your help.
didn't start your coaching business or want to start a coaching business if you didn't want to help people. Okay, so number one, I'm so happy you're here. I'm just so grateful that anyone who is on the other side of the screen, that you're sitting here and that you are hopefully having your notes ready to dive into a pretty expensive experience.
All right, guys, get those pens and papers ready. I got my iPad ready, my Apple Pen. I am ready to take some really important notes.
So I'm Jamie. I'm a mama of two, wife, sister, daughter, and friend. I'm a human design projector and a Leo, and I have about 800 tattoos, and I love scary movies. I'm also a seven-figure coach and educator. So what my life used to look like is I actually had a desire to coach, but I wasn't sure how to get started. I knew I wanted to help people, but again, wasn't sure how. And if I'm being super transparent, I was kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall. I was just winging it and it showed. I knew I wanted to create more impact for others, but wasn't really sure how. You may be feeling this way, and I know that I was for sure. So, as I was feeling unsure, I kind of thought these things: who exactly am I helping? How do I create my messaging? How do I create my offers? I kind of felt like I was swirling in so much information and not really sure how to just nail it down and get really clear. I was seeing these other people do these things, and then there was so much information. You're like, who do I listen to and how do I do this? So
Why do all these people have the same freaking story? I'm so sick of it. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that I was meant for more and I wanted to help people. So I started a business and I didn't know anything, and everyone was telling me to do different things. And then I figured it out, and now I am going to charge you $10,000 to teach you everything I learned. Like, I get it. I get it. When you start a business, that was my experience. I started a business, I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm not selling you some like secret formula that I figured out now so that you can be a cajillionaire like me. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. They do it because it works and it sells. But I really am just so sick of hearing the same freaking story every single week. Guys, I'm losing it.
also, look at my funny husband on the he's so cute, making that silly face. And that was when I gave birth to my second child. Okay. And so there was a moment when I decided I was done and I decided to go all in on myself. I decided my life needed to be different and I became determined to make it work. I learned everything I could about creating the most amazing coaching company. This included investing hundreds and hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars in people who have paved the path before me. And from everyone that I've learned and through my own experiences, I have crafted my own unique way of creating 100 plus K months.
And because I invested thousands of dollars, you need to invest in thousands of dollars. And if you don't invest thousands of dollars, you're never going to be as successful as me because you have to do what I did because I did what that person did. Remember, I took the path that was paved before me, and now you could take the path that was paved before you by paying me thousands of dollars. She's not saying it, but allegedly, in my opinion, that's what she's saying, okay?
So the moment that I did, something magical happened. I went from making 2K months to 40K months, then to 70K months. And then now I'm averaging around 100 to 200K months. And
Over what time frame, lady? Over what time frame? Because again, this is something that is so irritating to me. We seem to have or to be in a period of time now where you see people making these claims, not specifically in this case, but just in general. I see this a lot on threads, of course, that's where I hang out. a lot of people being like, I have a $500,000 business, I have a multiple six-figure business, et cetera, et cetera. But they're talking cumulatively over the period of like 5 to 10 years. Well, I think everyone would have a multiple six-figure business if we're talking about a period of 10 years. Like, it's just so misleading, I guess, when people are like, oh, I went from 2K months to 40K months to 70K months. Okay, over what period of time? Was it in 6 months? I went from making zero to $1 million, or was it over the period of 5 years? Because there's a big difference between those two.
And my company has grossed over $1 million, which is just a byproduct of the people that I've helped. Truly, if you think about it, from 40 to 200, it's less about the money and more about the impact, right?
Also, sorry, another thing that this is like triggering in my head is like, okay, so you have a 40K month and you have a 200K month. Is that every single month? Did you go from consistently making $2,000 a month to consistently making $40,000 a month? Or is it that, 1 month I made 40K or 1 month I made 200K? Because again, there's a huge difference between having these like outlier months where you make a bunch of money and then having your like baseline. Like, I know even in my own business, my most successful month in business in the last 12 months is like 3x what my average monthly income is. And so I would never go around being like, here's how I make X amount of dollars a month, because it only happened one time. Like, there's just so many questions that I have.
Truly impacting so many people, and my clients are getting amazing results, which is the best part about it. That's all we want as coaches and educators, is to have that aha moment, or students to have those light bulb moments. So to me, this is just a beautiful byproduct of not only my mindset, but also the strategy of how I got there. Okay, so I would go on to increase my revenue each month, connect more and more with dream clients, and have more space and freedom and huge impact. So this on the left-hand side are what my months are looking like now. And truthfully, if this was a few years ago and I would have looked at this and been like, there's no way that I'll, like, maybe in a year, right? But I was able to just get really laser focused, and that makes a big, big, big difference. Okay, so my life now is a lot different. There's so much more ease. There's so much more flow. I'm getting people left and right talking about how my programs are changing their lives. And honestly, there's nothing better. I ended up writing my first book, and it's just a phenomenal experience to be able to experience what it feels like to make big impact as a coach, which is exactly why you're here. All right, so I no longer have to worry about what to post. I know I have a plan, or worrying about how I'm going to reach high cash months, or feeling like going into coaching was a mistake. I think for a lot of us, we sit there and we think, okay, well, the money isn't coming in, the clients aren't coming in, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm here to tell you that there's a reason why you're here sitting with me today. There's a reason why you're.
Or maybe, hear me out, maybe the reason you feel that way is because you're selling people on in my opinion, unrealistic promise. Like, I can think back to my experience in the coaching industry. Again, those of you that have been here for a long time, you've heard this story. Roll your eyes, go do something for 2 minutes while I explain it. I hired a coach at one point when I had my yoga studio who basically told me something to the effect of, you should stop teaching yoga. You should start, because I was doing mindset coaching at that time and I wasn't gaining a ton of traction. I had like a handful of clients. And so her opinion was, if you want to be financially successful in coaching, you should stop teaching yoga, start coaching people on how to quit their 9 to 5 jobs and start yoga businesses, which is what I had done. Even though my annual income from just the percentage of my business that was yoga related was like less than $20,000 a year. She was telling me, you should do this. And I had this gut feeling of like, that feels icky to me. I'm not going to do that. And so I didn't do it. But I know other people who had coaching businesses that were coaching on things that they themselves hadn't actually done, or that they themselves had only like kind of done, and they were inflating the results of those things in order to get clients. And I mean, I've heard this story from so many of the people that I've interviewed on this channel. But I just, I don't know. I think that, like, if you're going to I just feel like maybe you have a feeling that coaching is a mistake because you're coaching people on something that you have no business coaching people on. But anyway, I digress.
Here learning, and there's a reason you're supposed to be going into coaching. There's a calling for a reason, for a
Okay, sorry. And this part is also really interesting to me. I think this kind of ties into the whole like, are people who are in the coaching, this part of the coaching industry, do they exhibit narcissistic traits? Not saying they are narcissists. I just think there's a lot of like self importance almost that goes on in the space when you are constantly feeding into this idea of like, I was meant for something more. I have this great purpose and I'm here to, save everyone and to help everyone with my incredible wisdom and whatever. Like, I think in some cases it's just like immaturity. Like when I was a life coach and thought that I had, all this incredible wisdom to share with people, it's because I was 25 and didn't know any better. But I find it interesting, like we can't all have this like great purpose where we're all supposed to like help people by charging them thousands of dollars to hear our incredible wisdom that we learned out of reading a self-help book. I don't know, there's just a piece of that now that I'm kind of like very far detached from the industry, I always find it super interesting to think about.
reason. Okay, so let's dive into the framework, shall we? Let's
I'm
waste
ready.
no time at all.
I'm ready.
This is all about creating a unique trust funnel. So visibility funnel, and then we have the connection funnel, and this is the close funnel. So these are exactly everything that I talk about in Cashflow Confidential, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So before I do, I want to share with you what most people do. So generally they put a link in the bio or expect people to book or purchase right from the link in their bio. And I want you to think about any kind of social media platform, whether it be, Pinterest or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. Not saying you have to use all of them, but using one is totally fine. But we can't expect people to purchase or book right from the get-go. We want to think about these social handles as the visibility. It's the handshake before we start building trust. So a lot of times when I see coaches, they're actually doing it kind of backwards. So this is what I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is something that we go through in depth inside of my program, but essentially right up here, we have a visibility funnel. And then down through here, we have the connection funnel. And then down through here, we have the close. Now, all of these are just placeholders. We kind of move them throughout to make sure that's customized to your business, but we walk you through exactly how to do all of this and to make sure it feels easy and effortless. We don't want anything that feels overwhelming because then we're going to feel pressure or self-judgment, and that's not what we want to do.
Okay, that's basically business 101. Like you have to create brand awareness before anyone wants to buy from you. People need to trust you in order to buy. Like, I don't know. I don't just see like an ad for a clothing company and buy right away. I'm usually like, let me read the reviews. Let me, maybe join their email list, get a little discount code. There's lots of steps like that. That's not revolutionary, in my opinion.
Okay, let's learn the second step of the framework, shall we? So what is a coaching methodology? A coaching methodology is a coaching approach or a coaching system to get your clients results. For example, I coined the term the wealth expansion methodology. My team and I help freedom-seeking fempreneurs manifest high cash months, hustle-free. That's our goal. That's our mission. That's our reason for being. How do we achieve that? That's where the wealth expansion method comes in. And this is what we help you create is again, this is big picture coaching business. This is big picture. We can't just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that we're going to land clients, right? We want to have people come to our pages and have a very, very clear understanding of like, is this for me? And I cannot tell you how many times I've had people come to me and say, Jamie, it feels like you're talking directly to me. And it's like, that's because I am. I am talking directly to you. If it's resonating, I am talking to you. So by creating a coaching methodology, essentially we break it down this way. We break it down into 3 pillars. And again, this is just the example of the wealth expansion method, but creating the pillars of your methodology not only helps you with having your own coaching methodology, which is so wildly transformative and supportive, but it helps you not only do that, but it creates your offers, your social media plan. So it's a really foundational component to being able to know what to post, know that your clients are exactly where they need to be. So that is huge. And that is what we walk through as well. So if you don't have a coaching methodology, it's time that we start making one for you. So now without a coaching methodology, you might create offers that your dream clients don't resonate with, which would equal to low sales. And we never really know what to post, which would be low conversion rates. And we don't.
Okay, but isn't that more an issue of like you don't know what you're coaching on? So what is this? If I hire this woman, is she going to tell me what I should coach people on? Let me guess, how to build a coaching business. Like what? I'm just confused because if I'm already a coach, shouldn't I be a coach in a specific like niche? I don't know. I don't understand.
Don't want that. So let's learn this third step of the framework, shall we? All right, so diving in, this is what is possible, right? Just got my VIP ticket. Can't wait to soak up more knowledge.
The third step of the framework is look how successful my business is. Now pay me all your money.
Joined immediately to the VIP. So excited. Signed up. This is truly and honestly the messages that I get nonstop. And again, remember,
Every day,
I
all
was
day.
not getting these messages, but then once I learned, I was able to put a framework in place that allowed me to have magnetic messaging, and which I will teach you all about at the end, which is part of the bonus for this program. So this is what is possible, and this is what I want you to have. This is what every coach deserves to have, is this raving client base, just this like amazing group of people who are so excited to, number one, purchase what you have, and number two, happily hand you their money. That is what you deserve to experience. So step 3 is creating your timeline offers. So this helps you create a plan for your dream client, and it helps have
Okay, I lied. She does have a step 3. I thought step 3 was just look at my business. Now pay me.
levels of transformation and gives your clients an opportunity to keep growing with you. That's the most beautiful thing. So again, this is a snapshot of just an example of something that we talk about inside of the program.
Okay, so when she talks about timeline offers, she's talking about like a value ladder. So anyone who is familiar with the coaching space or just like online business in general, a lot of the times you have like some sort of freebie that will get people onto your email list. Once they're on your email list, you offer them like a limited time low ticket offer, meaning usually less than $100. Once they purchase that offer, that leads them into the funnel, which will maybe lead them into like a mid ticket offer, anything from like $100 to let's say like $1,000. And then you have your like big coaching package or offer, which is over $1,000. So this isn't like something she created. I also am confused as to why it's called a timeline because it has nothing to do with time. This is just a marketing funnel, which have been around for literally tens, if not hundreds of years. Like every business uses some sort of marketing funnel. Anyway.
So we have a timeline, not only a timeline, but also investments of how to be able to map out your offers. So oftentimes that we don't have our messaging put in place, and we really don't understand how to get people into our email list or into our offers. And there's a specific strategy to this, which I teach you. And this strategy in itself is going to speak directly to the things that your student or client is actively Googling, actively searching for, and that we end up being the Google. We end up being the person that they're like, it's a no-brainer. It's a hell yes for me to opt into your freebie, to opt into your Facebook groups, to opt into your emails, to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in you. Like, it is a no-brainer because I know that you know the transformation that I want. And that
Okay, I want to see the examples she's given here. So your free offer would be a masterclass on the 5 ways to manifest money. The second offer would be a self-study course on releasing money blocks. Then you would sell someone into a program on how to manifest clients by using energetics and funnels. Then you would do a program on how to manifest high cash months by creating passive revenue. And then that would lead into your one-on-one or group program. Makes sense.
That is what you deserve to have, is that foundational component plus all of your timeline offers. So if this feels at all confusing, you do not have to worry about a thing, because it's exactly what we go through inside of Cashflow Confidential, where we give.
Okay, so I will say we're only 11 minutes in of a 25-minute training, so we're almost halfway. And I feel like we're going to go into hard selling pretty soon. So of this 25-minute presentation, the first 5 minutes I would say were her like introducing herself. So we've spent a quarter, less than a quarter, 20% of the time actually like teaching. Now let's see if we spend the last 50% of the video just hard selling.
Give you everything you need from start to finish on how to create your foundational big picture coaching business, how to build trust funnels, your messaging, magnetic messaging, and everything inside from market research to the energetics and mindset of money and launching. Okay, so let's dive into the bonus blueprint because this is just such an exciting thing. Okay, so this is the secret to your messaging. What 95% of educators and coaches are doing that shuts down sales. Are you ready for it? Okay, so this is generally the thing that most people do, which is the struggle bus messaging. So we go on social media and we're like, are you struggling with this? Are you struggling? It's pain point marketing. Pain point marketing does not work the way that what I'm about to tell you works. So if you are struggling, it goes to the dream client isn't ready. Then let me explain why this works. So if you are going from the pain point marketing and I'm struggling with this and I'm struggling with this, now remember, when your client is in the struggle bus mentality, they're not actively searching out solutions. They're not actively searching out change. We're just poking at their pain, hoping that they'll make an investment. Now, here's the truth is that that client is not going to be ready to buy right then and there. And maybe not even for at least 6 months to a year. And they're going to come with a pile of questions whenever you are launching anything or whenever you have a product, anything, they're going to be asking you a million questions. And that's because they're not ready. Okay, so let's transform into Cashflow Confidential magnetic messaging, which speaks to the I'm ready moment. This is when your client gets to a specific point, when they're no longer willing to sacrifice the things that they were sacrificing before. The kind of unknown is feeling so much more exciting than the struggle bus, right? They're no.
Okay, but then aren't you speaking to a different person? Because in the last slide, she's saying you're using pain point marketing. So I'm speaking to the person that is, I don't know, having a hard time getting up in time for work. Now I'm speaking to the person that's ready to buy. So I'm speaking to the person who like needs the accountability, knows that they're having a hard time getting up to get ready for work and they want the accountability. Like those are two different people. So I guess that's the point, is that instead of targeting people that aren't ready, I'm just targeting people that are ready. Why is this revolutionary? I don't understand. Maybe I should sign up so I can learn.
No longer wanting to miss out on certain moments in their life. They're no longer wanting to do specific things and they're ready for change. They're actually ready to invest and find the right person. They're not waiting for the per se, am I ready or should I be doing this? But they're like, I'm ready and I just need the right roadmap and the right person to guide me. And you are that person, which means that they'll be ready to buy and that you will start getting life-changing results for your clients. And when you get life-changing results for your clients, you start building more and more connections to getting more and more clients in the door.
I think this is exactly why we see so many coaches switch to the like coaches coaching other coaches on how to coach other coaches sort of space. Because if I'm a coach that is like a mindset coach, for example, the market of people that are ready to buy mindset coaching is pretty small. Like I would say the majority of the population isn't actively searching out a mindset coach or a life coach. However, there are a ton of struggling coaches who can't seem to get their coaching business up off the ground that are ready and willing to spend money on another coach who's going to teach them how to do that thing, right? So it's like, in my opinion, a backhand way of saying that, like stop targeting or selling a service that people don't actually want and instead just target people that are delusional and ready to spend all their money.
All right. So this is the key to essentially that, which I teach all inside of Cashflow Confidential, is the key to storytelling and having a clear funnel. So once you have a clear funnel and the key to storytelling, truly and honestly.
Oh, I want to go back. I want to read what it says. So it says, why did I transition from one-on-one client work to creating online courses? It's allowed me to change the lives of so many. It's allowed me to take more vacation with my family. It's allowed me the ability to live my dream farmhouse. Simply put, it's allowed me freedom. I'll never forget the moment I chose to do it. I was scared. I had no clue what I was doing, what got me to the other side of fear. The possibility of slow mornings with my babies, kissing their sleepy faces, and loving their messy bedtime hair. Blah, 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 blah. All without the rush of having to leave to work on clients all day long. All without missing their bedtime and goodnight lullaby. Da 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 da. And then she teaches you, like, I'm going to teach you how to make passive income. So come join my masterclass. So again, I didn't want to be like an actual coach anymore. And let's go back to her original numbers. I was making $2,000 a month as a coach. Then when I started teaching people how to make passive income, now I'm making suddenly $250,000 a month or whatever she said at the beginning.
And having a clear funnel. So once you have a clear funnel and the key to storytelling, truly and honestly,
it's not that though. It's not a clear funnel and it's not like figuring out your marketing. It's literally once you decide to start selling people on a dream instead of selling them an actual service, that's when you're going to start making a ton of money. Again, allegedly, in my opinion, okay?
there is nothing that connects more on a deeper visceral level for people. So I want you to take a journey with me. Let's imagine yourself a year from now. You've implemented everything that I teach inside of CFC, and now you have clients reaching out and you have the tools to scale. What does it feel like to find?
This is like the oldest webinar format in the book. Start with your story. Start with, what do they call it? The hero's journey, the story of like rags to riches. Give people, sprinkle in maybe like 2 seconds of helpful knowledge. In this case, it was 5 minutes. And now you're going to give people the opportunity to paint this picture of like, what would your life look like a year from now? Well, you can DIY it yourself, or you can pay me all this money and I'll give you the shortcut. These people aren't selling a shortcut. They're selling you on an unrealistic dream, allegedly, in my opinion. Okay? Okay.
Only be there. Oh my God, I can only imagine, right? You're no longer throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're no longer trying to guess if, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this strategy going to work? Is that strategy going to work? I'm trying this and it gets exhausting. You're like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And so now you don't have to worry about that. Clients are coming in. You're starting to reach those goals that you have. You're starting to see big, huge wins for your clients, and it couldn't be better. So here's the truth is we have to think about why you signed up for this training in the first place. Well, you're probably ready to have a step-by-step framework to scale your impact. And you're probably also ready to start really helping dream clients, like those dreamiest, like perfect on paper. They're the type of people who are just like, yes, please give me more, take my money. I can't wait, right? I'm so ready to buy. That is what magnetic messaging and a clear funnel does. Okay, so again, you probably have a deep calling to create more impact with what you know, right? That's the interesting thing about coaches. It's a very unique situation, is that we don't just become coaches just for the hell of it. We don't. There's generally a season of our lives that we have navigated through that we have overcome, and we feel deeply called to help people on the other side of that. So generally, coaches are helping a younger version of them. And what a better thing to do than
You only need to be 3 steps ahead of the person you're trying to help. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more of the person that's paying you $5,000. Okay? Okay.
to be someone's survival guide. Your story now becomes their new way of growth. What a beautiful thing. So at this point, you have two options. We put this off for another year, feeling like maybe you don't know enough or feeling like you're not ready. Maybe
This is what I'm talking about. This is where they go, well, if you don't sign up for my program, you're going to struggle. You're going to try and DIY it on your own. You're never going to feel like you're doing enough, blah, blah, blah. Like, let me guilt you into buying my thing because I'm just the magic fairy grandmother you've been looking for, or whatever the freaking word is.
maybe you feel like you're not really ready to have high cash months in your business, and that's okay. If you put it off for another year, you might feel ready then. Or you have your second option, which is you finally say yes to financial freedom and impact with a proven roadmap to get you there with my
Let me know in the comments. Do you want to be poor for another year, or would you rather be so filthy rich? Let me know which one you're choosing. Okay? Thanks, guys.
myself behind you, and you finally go all in on you. Oh God, the energetics behind deciding and going in on yourself is just the most profound. It's the most profound. Okay, so I want you to remember, I started with not knowing the how. I had no idea how to do tech. I had no idea how to put anything together. All I had was a determination and a readiness for my life to be better. Yeah.
Guys, I'm just like you. I'm so relatable that if you're watching this, know that you are me and I am you. Okay? Okay.
That's me before I started any of my businesses as a hairstylist. All right. So again, Cashflow Confidential is going to be your roadmap to get you there. So let's dive into what's inside, shall we? So in module 1, we're going through the mindset and energetics for high cash months. So by the end of this module, you'll have the mindset and energetics down for your next step in your business expansion. So any of my students know that 80% of your success, whether it be the money you make, anything with business expansion, has everything to do with your mindset. And if I only gave you 20%, I would be doing you a huge disservice to your business and your growth. Because if strategy was the only thing that would change people's lives, then most people would be changing their lives. But strategy is not enough. It is a essential component, but that 80% is so powerful. So the mindset and energetics behind creating high cash months as a coach or educator, and exactly what I do behind the scenes to feel good receiving without cash blocks. Okay, so module number 2 is creating and crafting your unique funnel. So by the end of this module, the transformation that you can expect is you'll have your funnel mapped out and ready to start building your unique methodology and offers. The layout of your unique funnel, this is the funnel that I use, and I will give you powerful and potent suggestions for different scenarios. Think dream clients left and right saying, oh my God, you're exactly what I've been looking for. Module number 3, define your unique methodology. I have said this so much inside of this presentation, but truly and honestly, by the end of this module, the transformation that you can expect is that you're going to have the pillars of your unique methodology mapped out. This is going to be the groundwork for your messaging, social plan, and offers. So how to create your unique methodology. This is exactly what sets you apart from other educators and coaches. It does not matter how many others are out there that do something similar to you. This is the key to setting you apart. I truly think about this like a fingerprint, right? It doesn't matter if there's another manifestation coach out there. Like if you have your own unique methodology, there's nothing that says they are competition, truly and honestly. Okay, module number 4, mastering your magnetic messaging. Oh my God, this is probably one of my favorite modules. So by the end of this module, your transformation will be is that you'll know exactly how to speak to your dream clients, and get ready for it. It's like you're speaking directly to me DMs, dialing in.
Oh my God, this lady's putting me to sleep. She already said all this. I'm skipping. Okay, well then we're going to map out our offer. Okay, question though. Shouldn't we know what our offer is before we define what our methodology is? Because like, again, I need to know what kind of coaching I'm offering people in order to figure out like how I'm going to deliver that coaching. I don't know. Questions that make sense, not allowed here, I think. Number 6, powerful content creation. Okay, so now this woman is not only an expert in teaching you how to become a coach, what to coach, how to deliver that coaching, but also how to market your coaching. This is crazy to me. This is like, as someone that works in content marketing, I can only handle the content side of things. I can't do the rest of this. This woman is a super lady, I guess. And I'm just a poor little dumb idiot. Number 7, the energetics of launching. I really hate this. I wanted to mention this on part number 1 when she was saying like the mindset is more important than strategy. I feel like I've said this so much at this point on this channel, but to me, there's something so toxic about telling people that the strategy in your business doesn't matter and the energy and the mindset around your business is so much more important because, again, just my opinion, but to me, it seems like you're only saying that because you don't want to take accountability for the fact if your clients don't get the results that you promised them or the results that you suggested to them would happen, because it's simple for you to default on, oh, well, you just aren't sitting in the right energy. Your mindset isn't right. It's not like I didn't give you the strategies you needed, so it's not my strategy that's the problem. It's you and your thoughts. It just seems like a way that they can dodge accountability, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But I really hate the whole, the energy is the way to success kind of mentality. Seems sketchy.
Receive it. And I'll show you exactly what I do. So let's talk about how this works. So number 1,
Okay, so I'll just let her talk.
invest in becoming a CFC client, and we're going to do a happy dance because you just decided that you're going all in on you. You're going all in on your coaching business, your messaging, all of it. You're deciding that you want the tools to get you there. So you are about to take the most important step in your financial and time freedom journey. So the second step, do another dance. So number 2, set aside 1 hour a week to complete a lesson. Our suggestion for best results is get yourself a Google Calendar and mark off your chosen CFC hours in your week. This will ensure you have time built out each week to get your work completed. And number 3, use the community for added accountability. You don't have to do this alone. You have an entire community of coaches in the making, an entire group of freedom-seeking fempreneurs ready for results just like you. All right, so let's go on with some more details of what you get. Number 1, behind the scenes of sales psychology. So you know exactly what will sell and what won't, how to create captivating storytelling, how to position your language where you will have the tools to know how to have ready and empowered buyers, how to create a money mindset that sets you up for quantum leaping in your business, a DM strategy, because we love conversations because conversations equal sales. Social media plan where you can get up to 50 content ideas in less than 20 minutes. IG storytelling or story selling to increase cash flow and impact. This one is
Okay, this is like an aside, but this came up, I think it was on Threads the other day, where it's like, can you actually plan, a month's worth of content in an hour, or in this case, 50 content ideas in 20 minutes? As someone that works in content full time, I always find those things like very misleading because sure, I could come up with, well, I could not come up with 50 ideas in 20 minutes. That seems impossible. But even if I had the idea, actually executing on those ideas is like a whole other thing, I guess, depending how much effort you put into your content. But even for me, if I do like a very low effort kind of reel, coming up with the idea, even like typing out what I'm going to put on screen and like what the concept is, that alone is at least 10 minutes. Like, 50 pieces of content in 20 minutes. I just don't get it. Ah!
Really, really cool. I love that because I give you like an actual slide by your offers that convert into sales. So this entire program is actually valued at over $5,000. But
so I'm pretty sure this is like an online course. I'm not seeing that there's any live coaching. We'll click the enroll now button once we're done watching. But to say that an online course is worth $5,000, girl, where are you getting those numbers from? I got questions.
You will not be getting that at all. Outside of this webinar, CFC actually costs $1,111, but your total today is only $555 with all of the bonuses that we talked about.
We love the angel numbers. Join now for $555.
Now, here's the thing, is that the 50% off discount expires soon, and I want to make sure that you get everything included, the entire 7-module framework plus the bonuses. So let's dive into a little bit about what it's like to get instant access to CFC. So once you are ready to go, you're going to go right down to the sales page, which is right below, and you will see this. Once you click I want in, you will be able to scroll down and you can choose whether you want to pay in full or if you want to do the 2-month. You save more if you pay in full, but energetically choose what feels best for you. From there, once you're in,
okay, she's just walking us through like what happens once we buy. So let's go ahead and look at the actual sales page and see what it says. So we watched this video. Now we can unlock the secrets to a magnetic business and skyrocket your income. Picture this, a thriving business where you have the framework and groundwork of creating who you are and how you help, and then creating trust, building funnels to get the right dreamiest clients to find you and want to work with you. So blah, 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 blah. Picture this, a thriving business where you have the framework and groundwork to creating who you are and how you help, and then creating trust, building funnels to get the right dreamiest clients to find you and want to work with you. This feels like every other sales page we have looked at on this channel. I don't know if I've just been doing this for too long or what, but I'm starting to get so freaking bored reading these pages because they all sound the exact same. Someone give me something different to work with, you know? I'm getting bored over here. I'm falling asleep. How are you guys feeling? Sounds like a dream, right? But it doesn't have to be a dream. It can be your reality. I'm beyond excited to welcome you behind the scenes of my business, where I'll reveal the real strategies that took me from a humble 2K month to an astounding 150K month. The best part, you'll learn how to do it too. Because if I did it, you can too. Excuse me, FTC, I'm just wondering where you are, because to me this seems like an income claim, and I don't see a disclaimer saying that these results are not typical and that this might not happen for you. I'm seeing you outright saying, I made $150,000 a month and now you're going to be able to do it too. Anyways, just saying. I remember when I first started my online business and was barely making $2,000 a month, but I made a few changes that transformed everything. Want to know what those changes were? I stopped coaching and I started coaching people on how to make passive income, allegedly based on the presentation we just watched and my own opinions. Imagine what it would be like with your DMs filled with I just signed up kind of energy. I'm here to guide you to create the exact path for messaging that turns into cha-chings, the roadmap mapping out your offer ideas, money mindset to prep you for biz expansion. Okay, and then this is all the same from the timeline. Let me help you make a lot more money and impact. Discover the power of magnetic messaging. Unlock your unique methodology. Dial in your irresistible offers. Launching. This is just the exact same presentation in a sales page format. Just today, someone in my DMs told me I did a rebrand and people liked it, but I only had 3 clients book. I keep missing out on sales. I looked at her profile and knew exactly why. I know what is going to sell and what isn't. I look at coaches and educators who make big sales and they all have one thing in common: their message direction. You want to know what they all have in common? Allegedly, in my opinion, they're all selling you based on their own income claims and the promise that you can do it too. You want to know how I know this? Because your sales page is literally doing exactly that. I made $150,000 and now you can too. You know what I have to say about that?
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Exactly. We're all going to get rich. Okay, so then it's going on. Here's what it is. The exact framework on creating your own unique methodology. Same thing she said 100 times already. How to scale to 100 and 100 or 10 to 100K months. All the same. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's like a disclaimer that's going to say like you might not actually be successful. So the course value is allegedly $5,000. Regular price 11111, but we can get it today for 555. We could pay in 2 payments or 1 payment. What is that? What is 365 times 362 times 2? That's like $700 or something. Why is top of the head math so hard? Calculator. 360 times 2. 720. So you're paying an extra $169 if you're poor and you need a payment plan. So get rich, guys, because otherwise you're losing money. Blah, blah, blah. Q&A. Okay. What if I have questions? It's self-paced. Okay, so it's an online course with like a Facebook group or something because it says there's a community, but there's no like active coaching. So you're paying $555 or over $700 to have access to an online course. That seems wild to me. Let me know if you're a coach or you were a coach formerly, you've bought some of these offers. What is the most amount of money you've ever paid for an online course? I would love to know. Because I know that, like, even though to me this $555 seems crazy, we've also reacted to other courses on this channel that are like upwards of $2,000. So I think the most I've ever paid for an online course is like $47 US. But I would love for, if you're comfortable sharing, how much is the most amount of money you've spent on an online course? Because I think that it would be really eye-opening for me and probably for other people in the comments. Okay, how long do I get access? You get access forever. Be wary of anyone offering forever access, as we've discussed on the channel before. Lifetime access typically means for the lifetime of the program, meaning that if the coach no longer wants to pay to host the program, you'll lose access. So be careful. Are there refunds? Are refunds an option? Once you register for the program, no refunds are offered under any circumstance. Please make sure that you are 100% committed. If someone is not offering even like a 7-day refund policy, I know I sell an online course, it's less than $50 and I have a 7-day money back guarantee because I want to make sure that if you're buying the course, it's actually something you need. And a lot of the times with sales pages like this, it's hard to tell, like, is this course actually going to be the like help that I'm looking for? And so it's a huge red flag to me if they don't have even like a 24-hour refund policy, because sometimes, you know, you sign up, you look at the first module and you're like, wait a minute, I already know all of this stuff. I remember buying like it was like an email copywriting course or something like that. And I bought it and it was so basic that it would have been helpful for me back in 2018. But I bought this like maybe a year or two ago. And the woman like graciously returned my money because I was just like, this isn't helpful for me. And I think that that's so important because, again, like sometimes you can't really tell. And sure, there's like a fear that someone's going to buy your course, download all the modules, and then ask for a refund. Most course platforms, like I know, for example, the one I use, you can see how much of the course content the person has accessed. And you can tell whether or not they've downloaded stuff. So you would be able to tell if they were stealing from you, basically. So I think that the risk of that happening isn't as great as like providing good customer service, basically. So red flag just in general, if someone isn't offering any kind of refunds or isn't flexible in that, just be wary before you spend your money. What if it doesn't work? If you follow the steps and stay consistent, you will see forward momentum in your business. This to me is especially funny because what does forward momentum mean? Also comes back to this idea that if you're not getting results, well, it's because you didn't stay consistent. It's because you didn't do X, Y, Z, when maybe it's like your program isn't as good as you think it is. I'm just saying. I would love to see your success rates. Okay, that's it. So that's really wild to me that there's no disclaimer of like these results are not typical. I'm assuming I could probably report this to the FTC. I don't know how it works. Somebody let me know in the comments. But yeah, sketchy. Anyway. Okay. That's that. We made it to the end. Thank you so much for being here. Just a reminder, so today is September 2nd when you're watching this video. My merch is now live. It should be linked, I believe, underneath all of my videos. I'm using Fourth Wall, which is like something you can embed into your YouTube channel. So if I did it correctly, it'll be linked there. Otherwise, you can go to coachingcoaches.shop. I'll have it pinned in the top comment, but thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Again, I won't be live streaming next week either, but I do have 2 videos coming out next week, as well as one later this week. And then I'll be back to live stream the 3rd week of September. Okay, I'm like trying to mentally figure out my calendar while I'm saying these words. So thanks so much for being here. If you were in the live chat, I appreciate you so much. Catching the replay, I appreciate you as well. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!